All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Denver Broncos. Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And with towels waving, we're underway from Heinz Field. Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A very solid gain of 27. And connection number 1 there on the game, Roethlisberger to Boney Tony. Antonio Brown, that's what his high school teammates used to call him.
I wonder what they would call him now.
More muscular, more successful Boney Tony Brown, right?
I'd say you're probably right. They may be all of that. They'll still call him Boney Tony, but Ben Roethlisberger calls him my number 1 target.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 48-yard line. And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. So that'll back him up 5. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. And with the play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 40. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Ben to throw again. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Marshall. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
As I watch that play unfold, stereotypes were being broken left and right. As a corner, you're often back there guarding against the pass. But how about that diagnosis and read and getting into the backfield and making a nice play and a tackle?
And they'll go with a ground attack here. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down. The Steelers insert their nickel defense on third down.
Yeah, they add a DB.
Hey, we're good, we're good. We're going to hot. Hey, clean. Hey, takes 53, 55.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Keenum. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. They've got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A big gain of 31 on third down.
Hey, check back 34. Hey, go Roger. Roger, Roger, Roger. Roger, Roger, Roger. Man down. Man down. Roger, Roger, Roger. Right.
Shotgun snap for Keenum. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
22.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 3rd down, that's Lindsey. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
And past the 30 down to about the 27. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. Now they'll run it on the toss. And some room to maneuver. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That good for 19 and a first down.
Love the run right there. And when you analyzed him coming out of college, when you tried to put a grade on him, you saw the flashes while he was in school, but you didn't see the full production. You didn't see the finished product. He's a little bit raw, but you can see why people liked him. Those types of runs make you think there's plenty more there, and we'll see if that continues for him.
Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. This is first and goal from about the 8. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bold.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Broncos are in for 6. And certainly some credit there for that touchdown goes to the offensive line.
They never get the credit they deserve in the stat sheet, but they are the reason that they got the points. Excellent job up front, clearing the way for the score.
McManus's point after is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now McManus on to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Well, for Pittsburgh, as they come back out here, it's not going to get much easier. They have the Week 1 tie against Cleveland, Kansas City next week, and then they have Tampa Bay, but then Baltimore and Atlanta the following weeks.
Listen, if you're a defensive back, a secondary player, you better get your rest this week because Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill, they're going to test you downfield. And that game with Tampa Bay looked like a gimme. No longer a gimme after what Tampa did against New Orleans. And then, who's that in the 4th game?
The Ravens.
The Ravens. Renewing that rivalry once again.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Roethlisberger. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Darian Stewart. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. So that one will be accepted. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at the 40. Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. And that's complete to Jesse James. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Roethlisberger to his big target, James, all 6-7 of him for a Steeler first down. From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster, and he gets this inside the 35-yard line. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll bring up a second down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Two minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. To throw again is Roethlisberger. Over the middle here to Brown. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Roethlisberger hooking up with Brown to get the Steelers a first. From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. James Conner, the running back, his intended receiver. And now it's second down. Again, it's Roethlisberger. And that'll be incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. Third down here.
It's never a bad idea to try and get it to Antonio Brown, but there must be a little bit of the Madden curse going on for our cover athlete here. Hasn't been able to get that elite separation that we're used to seeing from him.
On third down, Roethlisberger. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's James. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. So now from half the distance closer, here's first and goal. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
He gets it halfway there with that run. I think you play up-tempo, get right back on the line of scrimmage, and hammer at him again.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Here's Bell. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. They'll try and throw for it with Roethlisberger. That's caught at the 1. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in, but I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. That's only the second quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I don't want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
Keenum on 1st down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, partner, so much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the second level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
22.
Keenum now to throw. Left side here to Sanders. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. On 3rd down, that's Lindsey. He'll have a 1st down and more past the 20. And a cutback. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 20, 10, and all